Hello and welcome to The Real Radio Show on UCFM 87.8, coming to you from the University of Canberra on Ngunnawal land. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Tash.
And our producer for today is Barrett. Tash, we're finally back together again. How does it feel?
I know. I love being back with my best buddy. It's been a hot minute since we've hosted together. No offense to Barrett. Barrett, we love you. Barrett's actually... No, you're doing so much behind the desk today. Barrett is doing a lot more than producing. He's got everything else going, so he's got a lot of responsibility. Very grateful for you taking on all of that for us, Barrett.
Yes, Barrett is our new rage today because she is at the strike, fighting for her people. Oh my god.
And that is no laughing matter.
That is no laughing matter. If you guys, we're fists in the air, we are allies. We've got lots happening on today's show. Tash and I reflect on our third UC Hoedown. We also got our hands dirty at the ACT Ceramics Studio with Nat and talk all things pottery. Perth-based songwriter Carla Geneve chats with us about her recent Australian tour. Barrett hits me where it hurts and judges one of my favourite bands, Fizz. And a Real Radio Show alumni joined us to prepare for a sweet-based challenge for our final episode. Wonder who it could be, guys. Who's on campus all the time? We don't know.
How could you ever guess?
It's a mystery. Guys, put your predictions on our text line, which is 0415 774 405. You can stay up to date with everything UCFM by following at UCFM_87.8. And if not already, tune in on iHeartRadio to listen to UCFM wherever you are. This is The Real Radio Show.
Last week was UC's yearly country-themed Hoedown event, which has somehow become a tradition for Hannah and myself to attend each year. Hannah, why do we do this every year?
I wish I knew. I truly wish I knew. This was like the big point for our friendship, basically.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because I think we saw the advertisement when it was first hosted at UC Bar, and we were like, you know what, that'll be fun. So we went on a shopping trip. We got matching.
Yes, we did. Oh my gosh, it's coming back to me. We have these pink and brown flannels that I still have, and I've only worn it 3 times. How many times have we been to the Hoedown?
3 times.
Once a year. Annual Hoedown outfit.
Hey, at least it's sustainable. We're getting use out of that outfit more than we would usually.
Exactly. Came in clutch, guys. Belcon and Mole. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but the UC Hoedown is honestly probably one of the best events that UC does, in my opinion. You know, we got a lot of fun things. There's themed drinks at the UC Bar, a bit of Hoedown hooch, as they called it.
Lots of very special cocktails.
Exactly. Last year they had a whip somewhere that people got to use.
We saw people this year, they were doing advertisements for the Hoedown, and there was this girl with a whip who was letting people have a turn, teaching them how to do it. I don't remember her name because I didn't speak to her, but she looks very cool.
And you know what that is? Marketing.
Yes.
Because we did go to the Hoedown, and then Tash, you know, there's another thing that's there that you unfortunately have not been able to partake in.
Oh yeah, the mechanical bull. Now I typically don't go because of my lower back issues, and the mechanical bull obviously jostles you around a lot. But my favorite thing to do is watch all my friends fail, because they get very ambitious. Hannah this year said she'd last 30 seconds. She lasted about 3.
Okay. No. I remember the video, and it was at least 7.
The video was 7 seconds. I filmed you getting onto the bull.
Well, how long did it take for me to get onto the bull?
I don't know.
Probably a second. I'm pretty agile.
We're assuming that we're sober. I'd have to go back and have a look, okay?
We'll have to review the footage. I honestly think I have gotten worse at it over the years.
I mean... It really depends. We'd have to go back and actually put up the footage side by side. I think you've just been just as determined every year, so that's something nice to see. Ben and AJ were also very, very ready to hoe down on the mechanical bull.
But I was going to say, I think Ben did pretty well.
Yeah, I think he's done better than he has previously. I mean, it's all about confidence, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I also participated in the line dancing. You guys were not with me, but I had a lot of fun. We had people up on the stage where our DJ was, and we all got taught dances.
I was going to say, I was very impressed by your little moves. I was not hoeing down, clearly. Another week has passed, which means once again we went out on the streets of Canberra to test out a new hobby and ask you why you love it. This week we visited the Ceramic Studio ACT and sat in for a pottery class with the studio owner and experienced artist Nat, who showed us how to make a trinket dish and a mug. Now Tash, I don't know about you, but I reckon this is the best hobby we've tried so far.
I think that's a very bold statement, but I am inclined to agree with you. For those who need to reminisce with us, we have done so far an escape room, life drawing. I was not a part of bouldering, but Barrett and Hannah went bouldering, and lastly, ceramics. Now, I would put escape room as number 2 because that was something really fun. It was a team event, but we didn't exactly have something to take home apart from the memories. So I like the fact that we actually got to physically make something with ceramics, and we got to make 2 things, which is kind of crazy. She was like, now more clay.
Yeah.
Make something bigger. You definitely know what you're doing, even though you just made something for the first time. And I was like, oh, okay, Nat.
I was surprised by the level of improvement we had, actually, because I don't know about you, but my first trinket dish was not looking very pretty. And I think that there was a big jump up when it came to the next thing we made, the mug or pot, depending on how we use it in the end.
I mean, yeah, I think we just got more confident using the actual equipment, because when she first sat us down to use the wheel, I was like, oh, I'm going to break this. I'm so terrified of having clay spinning in front of me. It was like, is it going to fly off?
I mean, on that note, I believe in the recording that we're going to listen to next, there actually is a moment where it gets a bit topsy-turvy for you. So let's hear from Nat as she guides Tash and me through our pottery journeys.
So I'm Natalie, and I'm the owner of the ceramic studio, ACT.
Very
We
cool.
have 2.
So how'd you get into this to begin with?
So I started doing pottery when I was in high school, and then at the same time my mum became a ceramicist.
Wow.
So she makes things out of molds, and she slip casting, and she hand builds.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I helped her with her business, which was just from home.
Yeah.
And then we did a lot of slip casting. And then, I just kept doing it after high school. Because I learned in high school, I was doing art and advanced art in year 10, and I was doing art 4 times a week.
Oh, damn.
So,
very committed.
Yeah, I picked it up pretty quickly, the basics, just because I was doing art so much at school. But everyone's journey is different. So everyone, takes their time with it. It's something that you have to do constantly. Yeah. Otherwise, you have muscle memory, and that really helps you. Yeah. So the more you're on the wheel, even if you're on the wheel once a week, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have to commit to that if you want to actually be good at it. And it's a lot of it is experimenting with different clays, because each clay body is very different on how you treat it. And then, I just like experimenting with shapes.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. Do you have a lot of beginners that come here, or a lot more people that are seasoned and have done it a lot before?
A lot of beginners.
A lot of beginners,
yes. I've got some of my members have done it years ago, and then they're just coming back into it. Yeah. But a lot of people are just first timers on the wheel.
Yeah.
Do you find that people come back if they're beginners? Do they do a second class?
Yeah, a lot of, if they really like the first class and they like the feel of clay and how it moves, then they will come back, and they just come back in our open studio time and just practice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow,
so you got to practice each step.
Yeah.
Master each step and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, so what's included in the open studio times? Are just people come in and rent the wheel and just pay for their materials, or do they bring it along?
Yep, so they can bring their own stuff. So we've got members that bring their own clays in, their own tools, their own glazes. Or you can use ours. Yeah. But it's just open studio, so there's no teacher.
Right, okay.
So you're just here practicing. But because there's so many different levels of experience on the wheel, you always have somebody that's more experienced than you. So you just watch what other people do. That's the best way to learn.
It can be nice and collaborative.
Yeah, and everyone's really supportive. So some of our members, when they started, going up taller, everyone was just applauding them. They're like, that looks amazing. We're just so proud of you. Yeah. So it's
supportive community.
Yeah, it's a really good community, the pottery community, I find, especially in Canberra.
What do you think is the biggest hurdle for beginners to get over when it comes to pottery and everything?
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
So if you're a perfectionist, you need to drop that straight away.
Yeah.
Because,
good luck, Hannah.
Yeah. If you want perfection, you make it out of a mold.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can get it absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And repetition as well. So if you want to try and duplicate what you've made, that's very hard without the use of external tools.
It would be.
Yep, rulers, things like that.
Yeah.
So you need those things to be able to do a set. Mm-hmm. Don't just rely on your own hands, because you will never get it perfect. And then some people, they need that to be perfect, and that really frustrates them.
Yeah, they get too finicky with it maybe.
Yeah, and the more that you use, like, the more you add water to it, the more sheer it gets, the more unstable it gets. So you don't want to be playing with your piece for too long.
Yeah.
Just
have to let it be.
let it be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On that note, I was going to ask you, like, what approach do you think is better? Just going into it blind and kind of letting you kind of roughly get what you want as you go along, or like coming into it with like a Pinterest photo and being like, I'm going to make this exact thing?
As a beginner, I would just let the clay do its thing, and just practice on little skills. So, you know, pulling your walls, so going up, practice on that, or going wide. And then once you've got the basics down, go in with a plan.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you don't want to keep playing with the same piece. You want to just make your piece, get it off. All right, so
this is scary.
don't be scared. We've got plenty of clay, so if we need to, we will replace it.
Exactly.
We do recycle our clay, so you're good.
See, we love when we're environmentally friendly.
Yes, not a lot of studios do it because the cost of clay is so cheap that you can just, and it is very time consuming. But all my members do it, so we all get together and we just and then we all play with it and have like a member day, and we just make like huge things. It doesn't matter if it breaks because we can just recycle it again.
It is really lovely that you have like a community surrounding it too, because I feel like it's so nice to have a community thing where it's like, all right, let's come to do this, let's switch off, let's just focus on doing something nice. And like you said before, it's like meditative, so it's, you know, you just get to relax.
Yeah, it is. And I think a lot of my members have like are, you know, in the public servant kind of roles, so it is pretty full on for them. So when they come in here, they can just switch off. All right, so what you want to do, aim for the circle in the middle, and we're just going to throw it down.
Oh my god.
Twist it into the center.
I'm so scared.
You'll be fine.
Twist it into the...
Yeah, so then twist it into the center. Then we're going to push down the edges, create almost like a mountain, just to make sure you're stuck there. So make sure you can't wobble it off. Okay, so then we're going to turn our wheels all the way fast. So you just push your pedal down with your hand. This is where everyone gets scared.
Yeah.
All right, so dunk your hands in the water, and you want to just slip your hands up like this. We want to keep our hands always milky like that, and always nice and glossy. Too much water where you're splashing everyone will make the clay turn clumpy.
Yeah.
Not enough water, you'll start like taking chunks off. So don't let your hands dry. I always just dump one hand in, slip it up. That's all I need.
Do you reckon that muscle memory plays a big hand in it as well, in terms of how you feel out where it's supposed to be?
Yes, absolutely. So, and you've got to build up the muscles in your hands and your wrists.
Yeah.
So, like, I do a lot of kids classes, and obviously they don't have the strength to do larger pieces. So, you know, obviously the small ones. But yeah, the more muscle that you have in this part of your hand, all the way down here is where you're tensing to stop yourself from shaking.
Yeah.
That comes into play. So.
Oh great, another hobby where my wrists are gonna die. Literally, tension is such a massive thing and you can't teach it.
So now it's time to shape our piece. So there's a million ways you can shape pottery. I'm going to show you two of the main ones, which is like that curved bubble shape, and then you've got the flare. So choose one, don't do both, because once you stretch it to a flare, it's quite hard to bring it back in.
From here a few wobbles from Tash.
Lean on the wheel. Use all your muscles. Hold it as firm. If you can just hold it like this, as firm as you can.
I think the biggest challenge is like knowing how much pressure to apply, because I feel like my mind goes, oh, I need to be so gentle, but then you actually don't with some of the moves. Like you actually need to apply like a decent amount of force.
With the centering, like I always say, centering is the part where you need to be firm. After that, once you've got your hole in, it's all being gentle.
Yeah.
No sudden movements. You want to gently let go. You want to gently like release your hands. But every clay is different. So I throw a lot with porcelain, and porcelain you cannot use any force. Like one little false move on porcelain, you've lost your whole piece. Then you add some water. So you grab your sponge to the top of your wheel, grab your wire. So then you want to wrap it around one hand. So it's around one hand. Then your thumbs are on the wire, and you kind of slide the water and slide the wire to you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, do it again. Do the string again.
Okay. Where do I take my arms once it's like going through?
All the way through, down, and now pull.
Yep.
We got him. We were fine.
She's all right. She's all right.
Yeah, she will survive.
She's got a little cut, but that's okay.
That's okay.
All right, we just finished the experience. It was absolutely amazing. I'm really excited to see how the pieces turn out once they've been through the process, the 10 other steps that need to happen.
Yes, the kiln is the scariest part.
Yeah, whether it cracks or not.
Should be okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if an explosion happens, that's just what the universe wanted.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to leave us on for people who, might be interested in ceramics but are unsure where to start?
Yeah, so if you like you want to try wheel throwing, then book in just like any wheel throwing class. Try it, see if you like it. If it's for you, just be on the wheel as much as you can.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get better is by practicing and experiment. Like have fun. Like it's just clay. It's literally just comes out of the earth. Like it's not. Don't stress about it. Have fun with it. You can recycle it. Use it again 1,000,000 times.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Nat, for having us in your studio. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Glad to have
It's
you.
been very fun.
I think we're going to be potters now.
Yes. Now you can call yourself potters.
Very inspired.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Add that to my
New
resume.
medium
Oh
unlocked.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Potter.
my God, thank you.
No problem.
That was Hannah and I chatting with the ceramics studio and owner and artist Nat about what makes pottery such a fun, relaxing hobby. Can't wait for us to swing around again to grab our pieces and maybe even step in for another class to make more. Speaking of making things, Hannah, you mentioned to me that a tradition for you in primary school was making Mother's Day gifts. What did you have to make each year, and was it different each time?
It was different each time, but I have to say, usually it was a combination of paper craft things where you'd like make 3D paper stuff where you'd like draw your mum. I remember one where you drew your mum and you do like little ribbons of like each of the arms and everything else.
Oh, wow.
But an evil thing that my school did is that we'd have like a Mother's Day market or like a Mother's Day show, and the mothers would have to buy their Mother's Day gifts as a fundraising thing from the school.
That is insane. That is such a cash grab.
We did the same thing for the Christmas markets. By the way, private school, they did not need that extra money. It's crazy.
They never do.
No.
The private schools are always the ones who are having these activities. It's like a wholesome community building project, and they're like, but you got to pay money though. That's actually insane.
It was a bit evil.
What do you think is the worst gift you ever made that apparently your mother had to buy?
Oh, I think probably the early ones are going to be pretty bad. Like year one, Hannah didn't have a lot of artistic skill when it came to the paper plate things of
What
Mum.
do you mean? You haven't always been an artist?
Oh, I think I found an old portrait I did in crayon of her actually from kindergarten, which was surprisingly good. I think I regressed. Loki got worse.
Hannah, we can't be doing this. You have to be getting better every single year.
Definitely was not. I think the worst thing though was that this was like probably me being too old to start making bad gifts like that. One year I just made her an Angry Bird out of Harmer beads at after school care.
What are Harmer beads for those of us who don't know what they are?
Like you, Tash?
Like, yes.
Harmer beads was this thing at after school care where they're these little plastic beads which you put over like trays that have, it's like pixel art. You can do pixel art in real life by putting the beads on, and then you melt them down so it becomes one solid shape.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. I just didn't recognize the name.
I was at like after school care all the time, so I'd always give my mum Harmer beads things, and then one day for Mother's Day I just decided not to do anything special and just gave her an Angry Bird. She didn't even like Angry Birds. I think I just made it and I was like, here you go.
You were like, you know what, this will work as a gift. Now, what are you going to get your Mother's Day? What are you going to get your mum for Mother's Day this year without any spoilers? Because she's definitely listening.
My mum is definitely listening right now. Actually, shout out my mum. This is the Mother's Day gift. You get a shout out on the real radio show. No, I do.
Wow.
I do know what I'm going to get her. She has asked for this special kit, which I think is inspired by a different like Japanese embroidery technique thing.
Oh, wow.
That she wants to learn how to do. Listen, it's not a spoiler for her. She sent me what she wants.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be getting that for her this year. What about you, Tash?
Well, as those of us know, I think my mum actually is listening. So maybe no spoilers, but I do end up crocheting her something. This is not a surprise. Ever since I learned how to crochet, I was like, I want to be able to make my mom stuff. Last year, or the year before, I think it was last year actually, I crocheted her some hand warmers out of this yarn that was her favorite color of mine. She basically, sometimes when I go yarn shopping with my mum, she's like, Tash, you should get this one. I'm like, I don't like that at all, but Mum, if you want it, I'll get it. So I made that for her out of that. So this year, I don't know, I'll come up with something else creative to make her.
Yeah.
Now, Hannah, I've got one more question for you. we've had some doozies for Mother's Day gifts. A lot of people forget. How could you? Remember, it's every single year. What do you think would be the worst Mother's Day gift?
The worst Mother's Day gift?
Yes.
I think that just for the principle of it, giving your mum anything related to cleaning. Like those people that give their mum a new vacuum as a family gift, or they give her a new mop, or they give her a new kitchen cooking thing. The kitchen cooking thing can sometimes be okay if it's a hobby, but I think that the principle of it, it's so bad. It's so insulting.
Yeah, it's like, who do you think I am? Like, I'm not a maid to you. Come on.
Exactly.
Especially, like, and things you clearly haven't thought through. Like, I know a lot of people do love gift cards, and if your mother specifically asks for one, okay, I think it depends situation to situation. But getting someone a gift card, it's so low effort. But anyways, I hope that everyone has a fantastic Mother's Day this Sunday, and that all the mums out there feel loved and appreciated.
We have another lovely guest with us today. Perth musician Carla Geneve joins us once again on UCFM, flying off her recent Australia tour for her album Don't Be Afraid earlier this year. Carla, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
As I mentioned before, you travelled around Australia earlier this year for your Don't Be Afraid tour. Do you have a favourite moment or strange thing that happened that you want to share with us?
I would say it was probably on the last date of the tour, which was in Mornington Peninsula, and we were all so tired, but we were playing in a cute little community hall, and Emily, who plays in my band, Emily Barker, and I were just playing Gillian Welch songs laying on the floor during sound check, and it was so nice. And then we ended up playing one at the show as well, so that was my favourite part.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, hanging out with your bandmates, playing around the music. Following up about the tour, did you have a favourite song to perform live from the album?
Ooh, that's a good one. All of the songs were quite challenging to perform live because it's quite a produced record. But that's not a bad thing at all. That's probably a positive.
Yeah.
I would say probably, I think the first song on the album called The Saddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
What draws you to The Saddle in particular?
I think it's just a really nice atmosphere and really calm, and just a good way we started the show with it, just to sort of, it just sets the tone, I think, and kind of calmed us all down.
It draws people in.
Yeah, I was going to mention something that I noticed about Don't Be Afraid is that tonally and musically, it feels very different from your previous work. It's a lot slower and more outwardly reflective than the indie rock style of like Learn to Like It or your single Greg's Discount Chemist. What led to that switch up in tone?
I just don't see any point in making the same thing over and over again, be honest. Like,
very valid.
I just like to explore like different sounds and different ways of making stuff, and I kind of did like the rock thing, which is awesome. I did a bit of country, and then a bit maybe more even quieter country, and I was like, well, I might as well play around and do something that sounds completely different. I had so much fun doing it. And I don't know, if people like it, that's even better. But I like it.
Yeah, we certainly like a bit of country around here. We've previously been talking about our hoedown. Now, you previously chatted with UCFM host James about the influence of documentaries on your songwriting. As a documentary girly myself, I'm always looking for X. Do you have any in particular you've watched recently?
Ooh, okay. Love this question. Let me think through the you know, when you watch too many and they all blend together.
The backlog.
I watched, it wasn't a documentary, but it was sort of a historical, it was a cross between a historical drama and also like quite factual.
Oh, nice.
And it was called Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. It's about like the end of, or you know, like the sort of the end effects of colonization on the Sioux Indian tribe, First Nations tribe in the US.
All right.
And it was pretty great. It's based on a book, so you could read the book or watch a documentary, but it's really beautiful.
It's going to be good if it's based on a book, as a book girly as well.
I was going to say, Tash definitely gets down to more reading than I do. You were just talking about before how you like to switch it up and do different things with your music. If you had to explore an entirely different genre, what would it be?
Ooh, probably drum and bass, I think. I'm a big drum and bass fan, and I'm always like thinking about what it'd be like to make a record like that. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Do you have like a genre that you definitely would not touch with a 10-foot pole?
Ooh, okay. Maybe. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not the biggest like indie rock fan, but that sounds pretty ironic.
Oh no, that's like
me.
Oh, fair enough. I mean,
that's okay.
I feel like electronic is definitely one where I feel like it's a bit bold to try to step into doing that one.
Yeah, that's a very heavily produced kind of style to go into as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Electronic is in like EDM.
That sort of style.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Oh, really?
I make like EDM tracks in my spare time that no one hears. Yeah, I like.
want to hear
I'd say
them.
I go
This?
to more like dance gigs and raves than I do rock gigs at the moment. So it's
I
kind
see.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Could see a DJ career coming up.
Oh, if only I could figure out how a computer works.
Oh, love technology now. You previously stated that the isolation of your hometown, Albany, shaped your writing process and music generally. Now that you've spent a few years travelling around Australia to places with a more dense music culture like Perth and have collaborated with other artists like Sly Withers, have you noticed any changes to your style or writing influenced by other musicians?
Yeah, good question for sure. I think when I was growing up and like living in Albany until I was 18, I sort of was playing gigs since I was about 13 maybe.
Wow, very young.
And I was just doing my own thing. I didn't really, I mean, there was other people playing, but no one else was really, people were writing songs, but
yeah,
not many when I was so young. So I was just kind of listening to what I listened to, which was super eclectic and just doing what I did. And then I moved to Perth, and I suppose you get involved in sort of a culture and a scene. And I'd say my lyrics became a lot more literal rather than abstract.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
I guess
But I don't know why. I'm trying to undo that now and go more abstract because I think it's something different.
Fair enough. I think that that relates to, we are currently doing like a creative writing class, and I know that they said that there's a big switch up between doing abstract writing and then trying to be more literal and evocative with just symbols and stuff.
Yes, using like less words to convey more, which is something that we both definitely struggled with.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the hardest part though, like simplicity and clarity is like you really have to cut things down, and the choice of words, it's a lot more, like thought out, but that's when it gets really beautiful, I think.
Yeah. And circling back to the artist collabs you've done in the past, who has been your favourite musician to work or perform with, and why?
Well, I have just written a song with Ricky Allbeck from South Australia.
Yeah, I'll see.
And he's incredible. I love his songwriting, and it's definitely been the coolest collaboration I've done so far. Yeah,
what kind of style of music does he do?
I'd say he's like, it's not Americana. It's kind of like the Australian equivalent of Americana, country rock.
Right, okay.
Also like really tender folk stuff as well. I'd say very similar to me.
Yeah. Okay.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you guys like meshed well, if you had different styles. Do you think it's better to find someone with like a very different style or similar style when you're collabing?
I think both are great. I think, just like trying to, like I like making music because I like learning about stuff. So I'd pretty much collaborate with anyone because that's how you get better and widen your sort of like experiences, not even in a commercial sense, but more just on a personal level. I want to experience something new today and go on a bit of a journey and an adventure. So I reckon either's good. But then when you've got someone that's on the same wavelength, it's like, oh, this is easier.
You can just kind of jam and get it out.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, Carla, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any aspirations looking towards the rest of the year?
I got some new songs in the works at the moment. It should be soon. That one with Ricky will come out probably next. And then I'm also taking away an album, which hopefully will come up later on.
Definitely put that in our music calendars.
Exactly. It'll go up on the UCFM library, I'm sure, as soon as we can do it. Well, we can't wait to see this all come out later on, Carla. Thank you so much for joining us.
it is time for my favorite part of the week. It is Barrett's judgment. Now, Hannah, we were just saying you're a little bit scared for what's about to happen.
I'm frightened.
As you are my victim for this week. You told me that your favourite band was Fizz last week, and I wanted to ask you, what makes Fizz your favourite band?
So Fizz is a band which is made up of a bunch of different musicians who are also friends in real life. So Dodie, Orla Gartland, Greta Isaac, and Martin Luke Brown. I was introduced to them by AJ, Real Radio Show host alumni. Shout out Anjanette. And I guess what I really like about Fizz is that you can tell they're all actually friends in real life, and you can tell that them being friends affects how they approach music. The album that I recommended to you, I think it's called The Secret to Life. The entire album, I am not into every single song of that album, but I can tell when I'm listening to it that every single song was something that they were passionate about, something that was fun for them to make together, and something where they were willing to experiment and do something goofy. It kind of reminds me a little bit like Queen in that sense, where you can tell that there are certain songs where like one band member was like, I definitely want to just do something silly with it, and everyone supported them. But yeah, no, I just find them really cool. AJ also showed me when we were on a trip to Sydney, we listened to a podcast that Fizz made where they actually had an episode covering every single song on the album. And they did like a fun little game where they like quizzed each other on how they made the album, and then they would release like audio clips of their raw singing if they got a question wrong. So it's just a really fun, great vibe to me. Like I genuinely enjoy it when it seems like the artist themselves is passionate and having fun.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I don't know if you're going to like what I'm about to say. You might. You might. It's not awful. It's actually pretty good. I'm like very nice to these people, actually. Yes. So as you mentioned, The Secret to Life. So that's the album that I was reviewing. It's the only album they had. All their other ones were just like the same songs. They had like an acoustic version, but it's all the same music.
Exactly. They only come together every once in a while, and that being once. Basically, they only have one album, and I don't think they're going to come back together soon.
Do they do like their own solo music?
They do. They all have their separate artistic careers. Dodie is probably the biggest one, with it being followed by Greta after that, or Orla. Sorry, Orla, not Greta.
Interesting. I might have to check them out after this. But look, the very opening to this album, it scared me a bit. I don't know what I was getting into, what kind of weird psychedelic was happening. But I kind of split this album kind of into thirds. The first third just was not it for me. What we had like High and Brighton and all those kind of songs. They're just very not my kind of style at all. Like this stranger style of music. Yeah. Then we get into the middle third, where it starts to open up to me a bit more. I think what the first song of this was, what was it called? Hell of a Ride? Yep. And this is when, like, for me, like, it starts to get a bit more of my style of song. I start to like it more. Even Rocket League was a bit of a fun little moment in the middle there. And then the end of this album was just amazing to me. Banger after banger after banger.
Of course you like the sad, slower songs.
Of course, we should know this by now. And even like the grand final bit, I feel like I've kind of grown to like them enough that even that slightly more different style of song, which still like managed to work for me in that style. So like unlike the first 3 or 4 at the start where it's all very in your face, noisy, kind of silly. Yeah. Not my style, but the one, like the grand final one at the end, like was even good enough to still kind of capture my attention. I still enjoyed my way through that song. But speaking of songs, Hannah, what is your favourite song from Fizz?
So it's funny that you mentioned Hell of a Ride, because that is actually my favourite song from the album. I usually like a little bit more rock, so I think Hell of a Ride suited me because it was probably the most like direct, more rock song of the bunch. I also think that I like that it's a little bit darker, a little bit more existential. It still remains that kind of underlying sense of optimism the entire album has. Like it's very much like about having fun and enjoying life, even if there's like downsides to it. The intro is really good, and I feel like throughout it just has a really strong tone, which I didn't really have for some of the other songs, even though I enjoy them. Like I think I mentioned off air before, Strawberry Jam, which is a song where I kind of like the intro and I kind of like the end, but it gets a bit lost in the middle where I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, I think I also had the opposite dynamic with the album where I like a lot more of the early songs and then I don't really like the end songs as much.
Whoa, crazy talk. But on that note, Hannah, you love a good quiz. We've done plenty here on the Real Radio Show. I think you even had your own show about quizzes, didn't you?
That is true.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Quiziots. Will another episode come out? We're not sure.
Maybe, we'll find out. But for today, I wanted you to guess what my favorite song from this album was. I've gave you some hints, and we've been going for 7 episodes now, so...
Given that you are a sad boy and like sad songs that are slow and sad, I'm going to guess that your favorite was either I Just Died or Lights Out. I'll say Lights Out.
She nailed it. It's Lights Out. Yeah. Wow, fair enough.
Red to filth.
No, but it was Lights Out.
Yep.
I just love how like raw and emotional it is, and with just the no music in the background, it just feels very, very real to me, and that's, I mean, yeah, is what I love in music, and I don't know how to feel. I feel very called out by it. But no, definitely Lights Out is my favorite from the album. But with that brings me to the ranking today, and this is the final ranking I do because you guys are actually judging me next week. So for the final of Barrett's judgment rankings, we have Daniel Caesar coming in at number 7, Ella Langley in at number 6,
Oof. Pink
Floyd at number 5, Teen Jesus in at number 4, and then Genesis Owusu at number 3. So number 2 goes to, actually, or do I do with number 1? Who's 1 out of Tash and Hannah here? I need a little drum roll.
Yeah, we do need a drum roll. Sound effect.
And the winner is still Tash with Paris.
Damn it.
Who's got number 2?
You know what? You know what? I got number 2, and I'm happy with that.
Shout out to Paris Paloma. I love you, Queen.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She's sadder. She's sadder. Of
Sadder.
course,
It's a
gonna
bit
be
more
Barrett's
consistent.
favorite.
She's a bit more consistent with her music. She didn't have the trashy start of an album.
Whoa! Yeah, she actually has good music. No,
Listen,
I need to
listen.
listen to Fizz now. I'm intrigued.
It's interesting.
You need to
Like
give
I said,
Paris a
It is
listen.
interesting.
I don't like every song in the album, but I think it's cool that you can tell each artist had a different segment of the album that they were influencing.
Definitely.
Before we end today's show, we need to settle some details first. We're joined by Season 1 Real Radio Show host Anne Jeanette in the studio.
It's me. So if you can. Anyway, hi guys, it's me.
Oh my god. Anne Jeanette.
You miss me?
Yeah, I did.
I'm
It's
here.
just not the same without you, girl.
I know. Anyway, what's up? What do you want?
Well, Anne Jeanette, I have a question for you. Have you heard of the Woman's Weekly book of birthday cakes?
Ugh, unfortunately. And I will say very jealous because I wanted that book. I wanted to have the experience of pointing it out to my mum and being like, I want this one. I will say mum doesn't know how to bake. So she never did that for me, but I'm aware.
Probably wouldn't have ended up with a good result in the end.
You sure about that? Love
Well,
my mum though.
The Woman's Weekly Birthday Cake book is a classic Australian recipe book being first published in 1980 and featuring dozens of colourful, delicious designs ranging from princesses, trucks, pools, rockets, and some poorly aged depictions of Native Americans.
It's so bad. It's actually awful.
It's not good.
Hey, so that's crazy.
Yeah, we sent our friend Ben on an expedition to actually get the book, and he sent us some scanned copies, and there's definitely a few cakes that we will definitely not be looking at. Problematic representations aside, the book is pretty infamous for how difficult some of these cakes are to make, with the rubber duck cake being the most well-known one, and it's actually been featured in an episode of Bluey, so hey, guys,
So it must be famous.
Australiana, culture. All right, so now why are we talking about an old cake recipe book? Well, we're approaching the end of season 2, and what better way to celebrate than with a cake? But given how challenging making these cakes are, we decided to turn this into a little bit of a competition.
Because it always has to be.
Exactly. I love a competitive spirit. We have a wheel of options of 6 different cakes from the book, which will spin to decide what we make. Next week on our final episode of the season, old and new hosts will go head to head to create their randomly drawn cakes as a team, with our lovely station manager Rach, who was away protesting for our rights, judging once and for all which team is best at making cakes. Antoinette, how do you think your team is going to go?
Oh God, I'm not really okay. I am my mother's daughter, and I am not good at baking either. I would hope that, you know what, I'm gonna say it right now. I think Tia's got a bit of a baking
Yes, I
edge
agree
to
with
her.
you.
She gives an energy of
Do
like...
I know? No, I have no idea. Alison, I have no idea, and James, I have no idea. So, I would hope that my cooking skills, as you guys are aware,
You're
help me.
You're a good chef. I don't think I've seen you bake much.
Darling, where am I going to bake in my house?
In your kitchen.
I don't have an oven, and that's why I'm a little bit scared because it's like, okay, well, where are we going to bake this? My air
Fanatics
fryer.
are looking a little iffy at the moment.
First challenge is just going to be figuring out how we do this. I mean, I believe there actually is a kitchenette somewhere on UC campus. So if you're walking around UC next week and you see
and you
Tia,
smell burning.
James, and Anjanette, probably not Alison, unfortunately. I believe she's in Vietnam, panicking over some cake batter, then you'll probably know why.
If you smell a bit of burning, just let us know. Anyway.
Just a bit crisp, you know. You loved the crumbed edges. Tash, what about you? How do you think we're going to go?
Well, I know I'm probably going to be the weak link. I'm not the best at cooking.
Chicken, she says.
Stop. Hey, that was very unnecessary and very mean. And I don't think AJ should be back on the show again. Kick her off.
Listen, in Tash's defense, like let me write up for my sister right here, girl.
We have baked together before, actually.
Baked before,
and it was pretty good.
And you have been the strong link because when we were making brownies, I stepped on a piece of glass and I was indisposed, and you did the rest of it.
Yes, I did.
Was the brownies from a recipe from Miss Betty Crocker or
box brownies?
Yes. So what are we gonna
And
say
we didn't
about
have to
this?
reveal that.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
but recipe.
I'm
I've
getting in
baked
the
before,
competitive
guys. It'll be
spirit.
fine.
But fine.
I've
Maybe
never seen Barrett bake, so we'll have to see.
I
how
get
he
the
goes.
vibe that Barrett looks like a kid
Barrett's
who
got
would
a
have
lot
been
of
on
faith.
MasterChef Junior. I have a vibe that he is gonna like carry the team.
We'll
this
get him
time
an
around.
apron. It'll be good.
It'll be fine.
But I think it's time for us to decide who's going to be
Yes,
baking what.
let's get down to it. Age before beauty. Anjanette, go ahead and spin that wheel for
Age before
us.
beauty?
Whoa.
What does that mean? Okay,
my
okay.
gosh.
I'm coming over to the desk.
Anjanette,
the
do you
mouse.
have a particular one that you're aiming for?
Okay, well, I'll tell you which one I don't want. That damn duck cake is so... I would
Looming
love...
over us.
The choo-choo train is cute. I fear it's so long.
It looks like the hardest one, low-key.
I don't want any of these. Okay.
Click
Oh my
away.
god. Okay, I'm ready. I'm closing my
3,
eyes.
2, 1.
Is it going?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god, no way. No way. No way. No way.
Oh!
Jet plane!
Yeah, baby!
Anjanette has landed on the jet plane, arguably the easiest cake of the bunch to
Are
make.
you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I looked at this recipe and I'm pretty sure it was pretty good. All right,
Okay,
Tash,
guys.
do not let us down. You
got this.
represent all season 2 hosts.
Okay,
Get
I'll
us
go
a
blind
good
as
cake.
well. Ready? 3, 2,
Yeah,
1.
close your eyes, Tash. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh. Close your eyes, close your eyes.
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Racing track.
Racing track.
Interesting. I didn't pick that because I like F1 guys. Hold on. That wasn't deliberate.
This is Barrett's moment. Oh my god. All right. Well,
Wait, this one looks so easy. This isn't fair.
What? You have to make
that
a
looks
curved
hard.
shape with a ramp.
We have to have a ramp. Do you think that's going to stay
You
up?
just have to make a circle with a plane stuck in it.
Do you know
thing.
that one clip of that girl in like the baking competition and she's making the bridge with the Rice Krispie treats and it falls over as soon as
That's
the
gonna
clock
be
Thanks, AJ.
Oh my god.
I'm
I don't want
imagining
to
that
have
for
your
you.
negative energy, actually.
Right.
Well, we'll have to see how we go. So to recap, Tia, James and AJ will create the jet plane cake while Barrett, me and Tash will bake the racing track. To see how we go and who will be crowned the winner, you'll have to tune in to the season finale of The Real Radio Show Season 2. Looking forward to it.
Guys, I'm looking forward to it too.
That's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in to The Real Radio Show. Thanks also to our guests, Nat and Carla Geneve. Make sure to follow on our socials at UCFM_87.8. We'll be back again next Tuesday, and you can find past episodes of this show and all other UCFM shows, like Quiziots, on our website, ucfm.com.au, or listen to the podcast version wherever you get your podcasts. Bye!
Bye, everyone.